Well, there's three things we would like to do to improve our 2023 Entrada. One of which is replacing the glass in our door. One is replacing the nozzle on our shower head, and another is replacing the lock. This will allow us to have a keyless entry system and also have a code to be able to get in and out. And we've heard that dealerships have master keys, and it is potential that someone could have a key that would get into our camper, and we don't want that to happen. So we're going to replace this today. So when you open it up, it's made by RVLock. It says it's for a Class C or a Class A motorhome. And when you pop it open, you have the instruction sheet on how to do it. And the actual lock, which is inside of a plastic bag here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the Phillips screws. There's 4 of them on the back side here, and there's a couple on the face here on the end, and that's what we do, and then we'll get our original lock out.
This seems to be very simple.
Actually, these screws don't seem like they were even hardly tight.
Wow.
It's like they were almost loose, and I'm sure it didn't hurt anything, but nonetheless, they weren't real tight. That's the ones on the back. And those were a little tighter on this side here. There's that. And oops.
Popping out the other side there. Whoops.
Sorry.
It's okay.
That's how easy it came out.
Wow, that was
Piece of cake.
That's very easy.
Yep. So here's what I pulled it apart. It came put together, and we're going to put this side here on first that goes on the outside. The only warning they gave us was to make sure you feed your wires through so that they don't get pinched.
This is real time, people. How we get this in here.
There. I had to feed one piece that was caught on the outside just a little bit down to get it to go in, but it looks like it's pretty much in now.
We're not sure, but we're thinking, because it's not lining up here, that we might have to just take a little bit of this metal down a little bit to see if it sits down, because it's not quite lining up the holes with the end here.
Just gonna try to take a little bit of material off right here because it seems like everything's sitting up a little high. So let's see what happens when we do this. There. We have to connect the battery first, and then make sure when we put this together that we don't pinch any wires when we're sticking it in there. Then there's 3 screws on the back side and 2 over here that we have to put in.
Ooh, the excitement of watching a screw go in.
Oh boy. Well, when I was doing those little red knobs, I had to make sure there's a flat on them, and I had to make sure those flats were aligned. That's why I was kind of a little flustered there for a second.
Now this might be we have to do this the second time because the screws right here are not quite aligning, so we're gonna monkey with it. So
Yeah.
this may be the first time we put it on, and it may take two. Who knows? Three.
I'm not tightening this side super tight. I'm leaving wiggle room.
Just to see if you can.
We can see if we can move stuff the way we need it to get the other ones in.
Yeah.
Because number one, we got to make sure that they go in, and number two, we got to make sure it latches right.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it does seem like it's a little off.
Okay, those are mostly snug now. They're not tight, but they're snug, so they'll stay.
This one could go in a little more. Push this in somehow.
Yeah, well, it'll do that once I tighten these up more, I think.
Okay.
I was trying to not do that. Initially, I didn't tighten these screws up real tight, but it seems like it's pulling it in center better if we do, so I'm going to tighten these up. And like Catherine said, we might have to come back and adjust stuff, so this might not be the first and only time we do this, but at least for now we're giving it an attempt.
It does seem to be pushing it towards the center more, but you can see how I'm pretty straight on. It's a little off this way. But it is pushing them. It is pushing it that way more as you tighten it. So
right. Okay, now the screws are tightened. Everything seems to be lining up better. The first go around, I did have this pulled out when I put it together, and apparently that meant when I had it pulled out that it wouldn't allow any motion. So we had to unscrew it real quick and just re-screw it with this push down. And I'll show you if Catherine comes around over here why I thought I needed to do that. Because I thought, well, I have a little better access over here for this screw, but really I didn't need the access for that screw. That was just me being stupid. So anyway, that's where we're at right now. Now we got to try to put these screws in over here.
And they're lining up a lot better now. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but they are lining up better. I'll take a picture and show you.
All right, now these seem to be going in. Thank goodness. Yeah, once I got them in a little bit, they seem like they're going better. I won't put the top one in all the way till I get the bottom one most of the way in as well. Just in case it needs a little guiding. This one seems like it's going in much simpler than the top one even. This one's just like going right in. Okay, we'll stop there and... there. All right. A lot of things when you buy them with batteries pre-installed, you have to undo the little piece of plastic separating the battery compartment. This one won't pull out like this, so, and I didn't read this in the instructions. I'm just going to loosen these up a hair and see. Nope. Yeah, pops out. See what the battery compartment looks like? Batteries are installed, but they basically put one in here so that it wouldn't. There's the beep.
Da, 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 da.
Now, it says in the instructions when you put the battery connection, when you made that connection on those wires like I did a little earlier, you're supposed to hear a beep. Well, I never pulled that plastic out, so I didn't hear the beep until just now. But it did what they said it was going to do, so I guess we're good.
So in other words, you could have undone that first and then got the thing out. If it had pulled out and then connected it, you'd heard the beep. So, oh well. And the instructions don't say to do that, does it?
Nope.
Okay.
So I did read one other thing when I was reading reviews on this lock set, which was that some people said the lock didn't clear this in their door. But we checked ours.
And it clears.
And it clears. But I can't shut my door because I left my deadbolt out.
That's okay.
Okay.
Now what?
The door won't shut. So when I go to shut the door, oh my lord, the latch was not aligned as it needs to be for the door to shut. So I'm going to try to see if I can move it up or down a little bit because right now it's too high.
Okay. Let's hope this is not another issue. Okay, so we have to undo the whole locking system because over here you can adjust the latching up and down, but you can't adjust the bolts that go in it to go out, and it's striking here wrong.
All right, so we had that all put together in the door, and it wouldn't clear the striking latch on the other side. So there's little hex keys in these bolt pieces here, and I had to turn these out. And I'm thinking about another half turn still to finish the job.
And it's quite hard.
Yeah, they don't turn easily.
Yeah.
Now they turn more easily than they were. So that's a half on this one. That's about a half on that one.
What did I say before? 3 times the charm? Mm-hmm. So
We're still doing it. Woohoo!
but we're getting there. So now we've adjusted this. Now we know that these will line up because we drilled a little bit of that part of the doorway, the white stuff in the other part of the video. And now we're just kind of hoping that programming this is not going to be a problem.
And now, because we've adjusted these out just a hair more, that's fine.
Yay!
So now it says to try the lock with the keypad. So it tells you to use their code, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and hit lock. So we're going to try it.
Ooh, nice and loud.
There you go.
It is locked.
It is locked.
And how do you open it? 1, 2, 3, 4, unlock?
I believe so. Let's try it. Let's check the theory out and see what happens. Well, first off, let's see if it's actually locked. Okay, it's locked. All right, good enough. Okay, so let's try. Woo! And we're back in.
Yay!
Woo-hoo! Program our keypad now. It says to hold this code reset thing down for 5 seconds. We should hear a beep. Now I'm going to go around to the other side and punch my new code in. Then hit the lock button.
Any other sounds we're supposed to hear?
Again, type in your code another time. And hit the lock button. That's it.
Oh, well, that's pretty easy.
We're going to set up our key fobs. We got 2 key fobs with it, which is very nice. So both Catherine and I can have a key fob. It says you need to press the button for learning. Well, there's no button, so we're going to do the whole smallest Allen wrench we have thing again and shove it in here. And it says you let it go until you hear the beep.
That was quick.
Okay. And you hit this until you hit the lock button back. Okay.
And that's all?
And that's it.
Oh, and then it's programmed. Do you have to do it the other one now?
Well, let's try it and see if it works.
Okay. Very good. Very nice.
Okay.
So now we got to do the other one.
What's this other button do here?
What other button?
Well, see, there's 1 and 2, so let's try 2. That must be if you have a different, like 2 RVs or something.
Oh, maybe your car, or maybe your passenger thing.
I don't know.
I have to read.
Anyway, all right. So if you're not in love with the beepy noises it makes when you lock and unlock it, it says you can hold the button down here, the 1, and for 3 to 5 seconds until you hear a beep.
There.
There we go.
So now you unlock it and see if it does the noise.
Oh.
Or lock it, whatever it is.
Let's lock it.
Yes, that's better. We can still hear it, but you don't need to have that beep, beep, beep. And
Yeah, you can hear the motor doing its work. So
Yeah.
you need the other one. Yep.
Yeah.
So this was supposed to be a 10-minute job according to the manufacturer. Nothing like that ever goes that way for Catherine and me. So we got a few more tools out here. A set of Allen wrenches, and a Dremel tool, and oh my goodness. But anyways, we got it working. The manufacturer does offer on their website a spot where you can go to make sure that the one you're purchasing works for your motorhome or camper. And I did do that before we purchased this one. So apparently this was as close as you get. And with a few minor tweaks, we got it. But like I said, little more time than we thought. But we're done and we're happy, and it's a beautiful day to enjoy camping.
yes, it is. And probably in our next video, we're going to either show the window being replaced without this bathroom glass that we don't like, and it has a shade in it. And then back in our shower, the shower doesn't turn off and on real well. It's like real cheap. So we have purchased a handle recommended by another person that we know has a trailer.
Yes.
And so anyhow, you might see that sometime in the near future.
Yep.
So
Have a great day.
yep, bye.